And after the People's Climate Summit ended on Sunday, thousands of indigenous people and social movement activists remain in Belem. Now they are working to get their voices heard inside of COP30. From the streets of Belem, our correspondent Brian Mier has more.
The People's Climate Summit, which brought over 30,000 representatives of social movements, indigenous nations, riverine community associations, and Quilombola residents to Belem for an alternative event to COP30, has come to an end. And since then, the social movements and indigenous peoples who are still here have been working to get their voices heard inside of COP30, an event which has been dominated so far by government representatives, northern NGOs and foundations, and lobbyists from industries like petroleum and mining who are pushing for green capitalism as a solution to the climate crisis. Yesterday, Brazil's Landless Rural Workers Movement, or MST, held an event inside of COP30 in the Jandaíra Pavilion in the Brazil area, in which they promoted agrarian reform as an effective strategy for the transformation to socialism, which they say is the only way to break the grips of the structural problems behind the climate crisis. Today, some of the people representing the People's Summit are going to hold a press conference inside of COP30 in which they present their demands that were raised during a democratic plenary session with thousands of participants to the international press. Meanwhile, yesterday, indigenous peoples held a large protest demanding more space inside of COP30. As Indigenous Rights Minister from Brazil, Sonia Guajajara, said in her closing statements at the People's Summit, this year there's 2 oil or petroleum lobbyists for every indigenous person inside the event. They want their voices heard. All of the international environmentalist groups are calling them stewards of the environment, but they say if they don't have sovereignty over their own lands, that role is really hard to perform.